Okay, another informational message here. Probably most people know what a mousse is. If not, it's a big foam donut that you put in your tire. It prevents you from getting flats. You can run right over a nail. It'll put a hole in your tire, but it won't make your tire flat. I am switching to Mousse. One thing about them is, depending on the manufacturer, they have a certain kind of PSI feel when they're brand new, and then they will break in and get softer, and they'll kind of be that way for a long time, and then they'll kind of get real soft and maybe a little squishy and weird, and that's when people usually replace them. But Nitromousse, Nitromousse is a company that makes them. Their standard one has a 10 to 12 psi feel. Golden Tire makes some that they say are 14 to 16 psi starting feel. That's too much for our area here. But now Nitromousse has come out with a new soft mousse for hard enduro. So the soft mousse has a starting feel of 6 to 8 psi. And they're available now. I've called a couple dealers around here. They don't have them yet, but they can get them. But SlavensRacing.com has them in stock. So I ordered a soft mousse for the rear for 6 to 8 psi because that's about where I run my HD tubes. And I got a standard one for the front because I usually run my front 10 to 12 psi. So we'll see how that does. Now before you order the mousse, you should go to NewTek's site and use their sizing guide. It's got a huge chart of tires, and you find your tire in the list and then find your corresponding rim size in the list, and then it'll tell you what is the part number for the standard mousse or the soft mousse that you should order for that tire. And it is very specific. For example, I run a 525 or a Shinko 525 110-100 right now, and that takes one size rear mousse. Switching back to the Golden Tire 333, it's still 110-100, but that actually takes a slightly larger size mousse to fill up that tire. So the guys at NewTek actually test all these tires and figure out what is the correct mousse. All right, pros to mousse. First thing is obviously you cannot get a flat tire. You could spin your tire off the rim, so you're still advised to use a rim lock. You don't have to check your air pressure. You know, you take your bike off the trailer and you're ready to go. Now, some cons to mousses are, first, you can't change your air pressure. So they kind of are what they are, so you couldn't really air up or air down for a situation. So you need to choose your mousse carefully. And you can actually put a smaller size mousse in a certain tire, and it will be a softer feel, but it will wear faster. Other cons, people might say the cost. These are $112.50 from Slavens, with a set of them is $12.50 shipping from Colorado to Pennsylvania. So I don't know, if you change your tire 3 or 4 times a year, your rear tire, and you change your front tire once or twice a year, and you're using HD tubes for $20-some, it kind of evens out. But you know, the thing is also, you know, your time. You don't have to worry about ever getting a flat and having that ruin your day. So you know, I figure for me, I'm not racing, so a set of mousses should last me all year. So maybe once a year I got to replace the mousses, and so that, you know, that's going to even out to about the same price as the tubes, but with the advantage of not having to deal with any potential flats. The other thing that could be a pro or a con would be people say they have kind of a dead feel, but that's one of the things of Nitromousse is they have a little more bounce to them. But you know, when your tire's filled with air and like you bash into a rock, your tire's going to bounce just like a basketball full of air, you know, if you bounce it on the driveway. The mousses allegedly don't really do that. They kind of just go right over. So it might, I'm sure it'll be something to get used to initially, but a lot of people were telling me that in rocks, which we have a lot of here, it tends to kind of just go over the rocks and track better, and you don't have to worry about it like either your front or rear tire kicking up as much from bounce from the tires. So hopefully that'll be a plus here. All right, well, when these arrive, I'll make a comedy video of trying to install them. I have a couple bead buddies, a bunch of levers, and the Baja no pinch tool, which me and Matt finally figured out how to use. It actually made changing a tire like magic. So we'll see if it does anything on a Mousse. But yeah, stuff should be here this week. When it arrives, I'll try to throw them on. I got the tires off the bike right now due to other repair issues going on. All right, well, that's about it. There'll be follow-on videos, and we'll see what they do. All right, take it easy.